Kelly hustles back on defense and steals that one away. Near sideline, he's looking for Souza. Hustling to get after it. Knocks it down the near sideline. It's going to stay inbounds for a second and then go out. Souza saw that one going out all the way. Sandwich will take over with a throw-in right below the press box here.
Great effort there. Even tried to put a little spin on that to try and keep it in bounds, and it stayed there for a couple bounces, but not enough.
Yeah, even if he had some spin on that, I don't know if he had the angle to run after it, but still a great effort there by Arthur Souza.
Okay, Woodard with the throw-in here for Sandwich finds a teammate. Draper's on it here, still
Tyler
battling.
Robinson hustling back as well. Works it to the outside, keeping it in bounds, beats his man, gets through another one. Great play here by Tyler Robinson to get it out of the Ashland zone. Some defenders might kick that one out of bounds. Robinson past two Sandwich offensive players, gets it back near midfield for the Clockers. Keegan Kelly takes over in the middle here.
Cool, calm, and collected for Robinson on that play.
Absolutely, a senior showing that veteran presence out there. Sandwich going to keep this in bounds, try to get past Souza unsuccessfully. The rebound does fall back to a teammate, though. Sandwich with possession right in front of us, near side.
Delman passing ahead here for Sandwich.
Left-footed pass finds a teammate, knocked away.
Delman trying again, leaves the ball behind and has to kick backwards.
Far side, less Ashland defenders there. Sandwich attempting to switch fields.
Meggs is going to be the first one on here for the Clockers. Almost
Plays
gets
the
beaten.
man.
Yeah, see what he's doing here. Gets it ahead to a teammate. They're going to work it up the far side.
So maybe misplayed a little bit by Meggs there, but doesn't pay the price for it. Graham to Souza, middle of the field, looking for Balone, strafing run. He beats his man. Goalie to beat, gets it through the goalie, it's knocked off. Gonna try to keep it in bounds unsuccessfully. As it stands though, a corner kick for the Clockers. Balone showing off the speed, gets past his defender, shot on goal, goes out of bounds, but creates a great opportunity for Ashland with 32:15 to go in the first half. That's a goal! In the blink of an eye, Keyshawn Graham gives the Clockers the first lead of the night. 32 minutes to go here in the first half. I didn't even see it happen.
They opted for a really quick corner. They didn't put it on net. They just passed it and then brought it straight out. Centering pass somehow finds Graham for the goal. So a big early 1-0 lead here for the Clockers.
I looked over at the scoreboard. I looked at the goal, and the ball was hitting the back of the net. So very, very quick score there from your Ashland Clockers. Except it looks like it got called back. So we got all excited, and I'm assuming this is a handball call. And instead of it being a 1-0 Ashland advantage with the play resuming at midfield, it is still 0-0 with a Sandwich goal kick crossing midfield as we speak.
Well, Clockers at least gave Sandwich something to think about. That was really, really quick. Caught them napping a little bit, and see how they play the next corner. Really exciting play there.
Yeah, we got pretty excited there. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Excited would be the right word.
Hey, listen, it's playoff time, right? Every goal counts now. This is going to be big.
Yes. Still, Ashland showing that they have the potential to score the goal for sure.
Well, again, we've been seeing this team for a good part of the year. They've got a really great combination of speed, passing.
Great cut by Tyler Robinson, as you say that right there. Going to knock it in on goal. Hope the goalie will misplay it a little bit there, but Andrew Berkey, his sure hands scoop it up for the Blue Knights, and they're pushing in transition.
I like the idea there. Just put a good hard shot in on net. I mean, that keeper has to be a little bit shaken up by getting caught off guard on that corner attempt. Of course, went by the wayside on a handball, but
yeah, and credit to Souza and Balone for following up that. The Clockers clearly had a game plan coming in, and they're trying to execute it here.
Again, I have to wonder, again, all this action with Balone, you got to wonder if it's something that the Ashland coach was thinking about, because again, all these coaches had the opportunity to see film from their opponents' previous games. And if they saw that focus on Souza in the previous game, that they were focusing on him tonight. The Sandwich will be focusing on them tonight, and instead it's been Balone at the center of all the action so far.
Yeah, so credit to the game plan so far from Coach Tiago Mota. An excellent job as always.
Okay, but back to the action at hand. Here is a throw-in for Sandwich. Again, Woodard doing the honors. Headed aside by the Clockers. Ball still loose, not quite under control. And here's a high fly. Center field.
Hunter Meggs will be the first player to make that play pretty much every time.
Sandwich trying to make something happen on the far sideline, taken away by the Clockers.
That was Bailey Fong taking it away, keeping it in bounds, and forcing the issue for an Ashland throw-in, which Hunter Meggs will take on the far side, 45-yard line, working it into Sandwich territory.
By the way, longtime Clocker fans may be a little bit thrown off. We are not messing up names and numbers tonight. 2 of the Ashland players have switched numbers. We'll get to that in a moment here. It's an opportunity for the Clockers.
Arthur Souza following it. Keegan Kelly gets it to Souza. Trying to go back to Kelly, middle of the field. Knocked away, wide far side. So another good opportunity for the Clockers. Good triangle passing on display once again.
A little surprised here. They're calling this a goal kick. Clearly, I mean, that
looks like it went off.
I thought
it
got deflected by a defenseman on the shot. So, but neither here nor there. But what we're going to say is, again, kind of a little update here on numbers. Is Bailey Fong is wearing number 8. I think normally he wears 23.
Yep.
And I'm trying to remember who the other change in number
Arthur
was.
Souza wearing number 9.
Thank you. He moves from 8 to 9.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Noah Ramsey, your normal
number 9.
Number 9 bearer, I suppose.
The Ted Williams of this roster?
Yes. Out for the season with an injury, unfortunately, but he is with them in spirit for sure. And I believe he's present on the sidelines. So I guess physically he's here too.
So throw in here for the Clockers on the near side.
It'll be Souza taking it. That's kind of surprising to me. I figured they'd rather have him near the box.
Line drive throw in.
He's looking for a balloon that's going to go off. Yeah, that went off a Sandwich player. That looks like number 24 on our roster.
Adrian Alcawiz.
Yep, not starting for them tonight, but getting some minutes. So Clockers may try for a quick corner here and do. Line drive kick is going to be booted away, not quite out of bounds. Another opportunity here. Working right on. Shot on goal, and it's in! Arthur Souza from an impossibly narrow angle buries it in the back of the net. No whistles on the field this time.
Taking that one away.
And the Clockers are up 1-0 with 27 minutes to go in the first half. Matt Kulaga running from his own goal to congratulate his teammate. Souza, who we saw have an MVP performance the last time we called the game, makes his mark on this game for the Clockers already.
And with that goal, we're going to see 3 quick substitutions for the Clockers, led by Arjen Feenstra, coming in for Souza. So Souza gets the goal and gets to rest up on the bench.
Yeah, Lucas Arjona, or no, sorry. That is Victor Andrade and Isaac Ayers, I believe, checking in. So a couple seniors in Feenstra and Ayers.
Look at Feenstra putting the pressure on immediately here. Forcing Sandwich to do things they're not prepared to do. There's a turnover.
Andrade steps in front of it very nearly, came away with a breakaway. Draper looking for Kelly. Knocked way up in the air. Feenstra's got the height advantage here. Tough angle.
Clocker's really aggressive here on offense.
It was a good first touch by Samuel Hart for Sandwich, but Ashland still manages to take it away. Draper heading it to Robinson. Getting a little chippy.
Yep. Off Hart's head. This one's going to go sailing out of bounds on the near sideline. It'll be Clocker ball for the throw-in.
Yeah, so already seeing fantastic effort play from Arjen Feenstra. I saw a quote the other day that was defense is 90% effort and 10% skill, and we're seeing all 90% of that effort already from Arjen Feenstra.
Yeah, that one goes out of bounds on Carvalho. He was looking for a penalty there, getting it over the back, but to no avail. Sandwich has it on the near sideline.
Immediately puts pressure on and knocks it out of bounds again. Another Sandwich throw-in. Taken by Calentro here. Looking for the middle of the field. Draper just going to boot that one away.
Nice header there by Woodard. Feenstra with it, trying to get control here on the near sideline. Still working. Heavy pressure, dribbles out of bounds. It'll be a Sandwich throw-in.
Calestro, middle of the field again. Kelly going to try to make a play on it for the Clockers. So that's Daniel Turner, number 24, in for the Clockers. JV call-up for this season. Getting some crucial minutes here in a playoff game.
Feenstra tries to establish a position, but Sandwich comes away with it. Kelly all the way back now to Kulaga, who boots it all the way out to midfield. Feenstra's there. Loses that battle, and the ball's trickling toward the near sideline. Gathered by Sandwich. Turned over here.
Going to go right to Matt Silva, who works it towards the middle of the field. Finds Kelly. Across that big Ashland day. He's going to boot it ahead. Feenstra will run after it. Calestro working it near the sideline, kicks it out of bounds. Clocker throw in on about the 25 in Sandwich territory in the near side.
Okay, good pressure by Feenstra, forces a turnover here. It's going to be a throw in. Feenstra will handle. He's looking a little bit out of breath here, Chase, but
he's doing a lot of running.
100% effort right now. It's a long throw in toward the net. They're going to call a bad throw in on Feenstra. He didn't drag his back foot there quite enough.
I've seen some throw-ins maybe toe that line a few times this year. I guess they're a little quicker to blow the whistle here in a playoff game.
This might be the first one I've seen stopped, and here's a poor header by Sandwich out of bounds. So throw-in goes back to the Clockers.
Delman misplays that one for the Blue Knights, knocks it out of bounds. Tyler Robinson throwing on the near side. Kelly's wide open. He's going to go back to Robinson, but Sandwich gets there first. Robinson very nearly avoiding a kick to the face. Fong, physical defensive play on the ball, gets it back to Draper, who boots it ahead. You're going to see him do that a lot this game. Feenstra's going to look long for Turner. Right, 2 defenders around him. Does he get a shot off? He does, and it's knocked out of bounds by the keeper. Berkey, measure of revenge there, still a Clocker corner. We've seen them convert both of them so far this game. Just, I mean, obviously just the one goal, but from that same spot, Clockers have had 2 fantastic opportunities so far tonight. They're looking for a third right here with 23:40 to go.
Turner split the defense and got a shot on net. It just got deflected aside. A great opportunity again for the Clockers. They are somewhat 2 for 2, although only one counted.
Yes, that's a good way of saying it. Keegan Kelly will take this one, floats it into the box. That one's a little bit long.
Gathered in by the Clockers.
Turner was trying to make a play on it, but Sandwich is able to take a deep breath as they knock that one out of their own zone. Still a Clocker throw-in, but they're in significantly less danger.
That was a really deep corner attempt, and the Clockers just could not connect on it. So now it's a turnover. Sandwich trying to push ahead here on the far sideline. Matthew Murray, one of the senior co-captains for Sandwich with the play there, but now the Clockers have it, pushing ahead into the offensive zone. This one will go deep into the corner now on the far sideline. A little bit of a foot race and a little bit of contact.
Yeah, Ayers has got a lot of speed, but he started at a disadvantage in that one. Sandwich just able to knock that one out of bounds. Clocker throw in. So this Clocker defense has just been relentless so far this game. I mean, the energy, the effort that they're bringing has really shown. Throw-in near the outside of the box, working backwards. Shot attempt blocked by the Blue Knights. Feenstra keeps it in bounds. Couple fakes, but works it backwards now. Carvalho gets it taken away. Fighting to get it back, and does so. Isaac Ayers is going to work it towards the inside for Kelly.
Good touch pass.
Matt Silva trying to work it into the box, but a Sandwich player right in his way. Knocks it out of bounds, but Silva will retain possession with a throw on the near side and give it right to Tyler Robinson. Goes back to Silva. Sandwich knocks that out of bounds, and it's another throw for the Clockers. Clocker players trying to get open. Carvalho does so. Some physical play on the ball. He's surrounded by 3 Blue Knights who eventually take it away. Robinson hustling back on defense. Fong now some physical defense of his own. Keegan Kelly, he's got an open man. Isaac Ayers going to sprint to get there first, does so, but his first touch gives it away. Blue Knights, some momentum, but Draper steps in front of that pass, and Robinson will kick it out of bounds. So even when the Clockers have looked a little bit behind, they're still able to make the plays on the ball.
Delman with the throw in now for Sandwich, and I'm not even sure, do they even have a shot on net so far? I know Kulaga has touched the ball a couple of times, but the ball spent very little time in the Ashland defensive zone so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not to say Sandwich has not looked good tonight. It's just that they have not been able to penetrate that back line of Hunter Meggs, Jamie Draper, and Tyler Robinson so far. Draper will knock that one back to Kulaga. Already. The announcer jinx very nearly striking there. We should know better than that by now. Clockers just barely avoid catastrophe. Knocked that one out of bounds, but as it stands, it will be a Sandwich corner kick from the near side.
I'm a little biased, Chase. I really don't believe in the announcer jinx any more than the Chiron jinx.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but that was I think their first official shot on goal. Their first official shot on goal about 5 seconds after we mentioned that they had none.
Here comes the corner attempt.
They're going to go back. Woodard Right-footed shot on goal, trying to bend it, but doesn't get quite enough on it. So a good shot attempt goes just wide far side, and the Clockers will take back over with a Matt Kulaga goal kick.
So with the exception of those last couple of plays, Chase, I mean, the Clockers really have been dominating, really setting the tempo, setting the pace all night here so far. Only a 1-0 lead, but they've had far more quality opportunities.
Yes, but as we know, all it takes is one play. And the Blue Knights very nearly had it on that last possession. Fong, plenty of space to work. It's a good run by Graham, now on the near side. Mishandles the pass, and it goes out of bounds. So we saw Graham lining up on the far side with Balone last time. Now we see him and Balone on the near side, Souza as well. So all three attackers kind of switching sides. Headed away. Balone gets in the way of it. A little miscommunication very nearly leads to a Balone run, but Sandwich still able to get away. Enrique heads that one away. Fongel contests here for the Clockers.
Nice play to keep that one in by Sandwich.
Good defense by Kelly, kicks it up. It's a steal and very nearly a good leading pass to Balone. Keeper gets there just in front of him, though.
Gotta tell you, Chase, I mean, this Sandwich keeper, not afraid to come out of the net. Very aggressive. He's always ready to come out and take out any kind of an angle.
And the Clockers, I think, are really just forcing him to right now. They're pushing the envelope. Looks like they're going to call that a handball.
Is either that or, I mean, the Ashland player really pushed off.
Yeah, there's something against Balone there that's going to give Sandwich the free kick. They're going to try to switch fields here, or at least get it near midfield, and do so successfully. A little bit of momentum. Tyler Robinson steps in the way of that. Draper steps back to head that one away. Robinson hustling back. He's got some speed, working it up the near side. Looking for Souza, knocked away. Sandwich, some triangle passing of their own, but Fong reads it perfectly and takes it away for him. Souza, some physical play. Dribbles through two defenders, but kicks it away. Graham's there for support. One-on-one matchup. Knocked out of bounds. They're going to say Clocker throw-in.
Graham threw that in before they could even think about making a decision on that, and fortunately the refs did it.
Pass in the middle, and it's in!
So fast.
Keegan Kelly, a sliding goal.
So fast.
Into the near side. The Clockers refusing to slow down for Sandwich this game so far. Just pushing the tempo, and it has worked to their advantage. 17:39 to go in the first half. A huge goal by Keegan Kelly on the receiving end of a Balone centering pass.
So a quick throw-in leads to a quick pass, a quick slide, and a quick goal. 17:39 to go.
Speed.
2-0 Ashland here in the round of 32 playoff game.
All we have talked about when we've commentated games this season is how crisp the Ashland passes have looked, which is impressive considering just how fast they're executing them. We've never seen a Clocker soccer team move at this quick a pace, and we see the advantage of them being able to do that here tonight so far.
So just a quick game recap for those of you just joining us. Clockers up 2-0 with 17:39 to go in the first half. Clockers come in tonight the number 5 seed in Division 3. They earned a first round bye heading into tonight's round of 32 match, while Sandwich comes in at number 28 in Division 3. The winner of tonight's game will advance to the quarterfinals. They'll face the winner of number 12 North Middlesex and number 21 Tantasco Regional, which is happening right now at North Middlesex. Date and time of that quarterfinal game to be determined.
Yeah, so the two goals so far tonight, an Arthur Souza corner kick they ended up just doing himself. He got knocked right back to him, and he buried it in the back of the net in the near side. And then the second one we just saw happen, it caused a timeout from the Sandwich coach. It was a Keyshawn Graham throw-in that went right to Manny Balone, whose centering pass found the sliding feet of Keegan Kelly, who buried it for the second goal of the night for the Clockers.
Okay, so Sandwich will again try to start things off. This will be number 2 Samuel Hart, a senior, ready to kick off here for the Blue Knights. Clockers slowly getting back into position. Kulaga's just kind of strolling back there to his net.
I'm curious how conservative they might play this game, because there's a lot of time left, and we saw them keep their foot on the gas against Holliston, and it nearly cost them a win last time. So we'll see how Coach Moto wants them to play the rest of this game, as The Blue Knights trying to work it back in Ashland territory, but it gets taken away. Enrique gives that one right back to Sandwich, and they've got some momentum again. Here's a good hustle play to get back on defense, kick that one out of bounds. Still a Sandwich thrown on the far side.
Yeah, Murray throws in. Somehow kept in by the Clockers, but play continues. Sandwich with the ball. Trying to feed over here, crossing fields.
Souza hustling back on defense. And hustling back on defense again, gets a little turned around, but knocks it away anyways.
So very interesting here, Chase. I mean, you commented on, like, you know, what's the strategy at this point? They're up 2-0, but it's so early in this contest. And coming out of the timeout, Sandwich seems to have picked up their pace a little bit, and the Clockers seem to have dialed back the pressure.
Yeah, the interesting thing that I'm noticing about I was going to say the same thing about them dialing up their pace, is that they just seem sloppier with it than what we've become accustomed to with these Clockers. And I think that could be a massive factor in this game, is how well each team can dictate the pace of play.
Well,
so far, the Clockers doing a better job. Tyler Robinson keeps that one in bounds.
I mean, both teams just really committed to speed, right? These quick throw-ins and these quick plays.
That will count as a shot on goal. However, it is wide far side. Kulaga lets that one go, and he'll get a new ball for the goal kick.
Okay, we're ticking down to about 16 minutes to go here in the first half. Clockers up 2-0. You're watching Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer on WACA-TV. I'm Josh Abrams. He's Chase Abrams. We're glad to have you with us here tonight.
Yeah, we're glad to be here. It's been some time since we've gotten the chance to announce a playoff game. So it is an absolute pleasure to be here. Keyshawn Graham will work it back towards the inside. Sends a long pass for Kelly, who makes a great play to lose his defender.
Center attempt is knocked aside, still loose in the middle of the field. Clockers trying to control.
Balone showing some good footwork. He'll go back to Souza. Trying to find a long pass, but he's pressured immediately. Has to get it back to Enrique. His long pass will go for Kelly, who gets out-jumped. And that ball is headed away by a Sandwich defender. Ayers fighting for every inch. That one gets knocked out of bounds off a Blue Knight, so it'll stay a Clocker throwing on the far side. Bailey Fong will throw it in. He gets it to Kelly, who back to Fong, who tries to boot it in, and it's blocked immediately. And just have another throw in pretty much the same spot. This time we'll give it back to Hunter Meggs.
Right now, the Clockers have everybody up. One defender back around the 45, and now again the defense will quickly collapse. But
shows the trust they have in Draper, and Kulaga's going to come all the way out to his own 25 to kick this one away. But it goes right back to Sandwich, and they have some speed to work with here. Good pass to split two Ashland defenders in the middle there, but two more take it right away. Keyshawn Graham will fight for this one. Before Kelly knocks it away off his teammate. And it allows Sandwich to retain possession. That pass goes straight up. Graham tries to make a play on it. Souza finds Balone. Good first touch, even better second touch, working towards the middle of the field. He's 2-on-3 though, with a defender draped on him. That one's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to call it a corner kick this time on the far side for the Clockers.
Ball gets rolled into the keeper.
Clockers figuring out who'll take this.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, it will be Keegan Kelly. His last corner kick just a little long. We'll see if he can get this one more in on the box,
really
so
quick,
they can have
Chase,
a better opportunity.
I liked Kulaga coming all the way out to the 25 to take care of that. Didn't love the decision to kick it right up the middle.
I think he was just trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. We saw
he had the time. He had the time, but
we saw his predecessor David Skordumov. That was kind of his signature move. With how far he played outside a goal. So
there's
Matt may be picking up on that. So it's actually Matt Silva who takes that corner kick. Now he hustles back to get it back. That one's kicked out of bounds, but it will stay Ashland balls. They have a throw on the far side. That, I guess, Silva kind of enters the matrix to avoid that pass, touching him before it goes out of bounds.
Good hustle by Silva to even make that a play. He took the corner
and then ran all the way back, and then somehow avoided getting in front of a pass that was going straight out of bounds.
Covered a lot of ground on that play. Here's a
towards the inside,
out of bounds.
Looks like that one hit the football goalpost. Very tough angle there, with two defenders on him. So a centering attempt goes too far inside, and it will be a Sandwich goal kick.
Okay, about 12.5 minutes to go in the first half. Clockers up 2-0. Sandwich about to kick away here.
Line drive booted. He's got an open teammate on the far side.
He does a good job of finding an open teammate to get that ball out to.
Yep.
And here come the Blue Knights.
Had a few teammates making strafing runs. Now they're making some good short passes of their own before working it backwards. That pass into the box, a head is on it, but it goes right to Kulaga, just in front of his teammate running into the box, but Kulaga will collect it calmly.
Yep, he had a clean view of that shot all the way.
Yeah, went right to him. He'll punt this one away. High punt right to the head of a Blue Knight player. And Ballone's going to try to be a one-man offense here, but he's got a teammate in Souza in the middle of the field. Tries to find him. Sandwich gets in the way. That might have hit a hand. Couldn't quite tell from up here. That one is going to just barely stay in bounds. Graham makes a nice play and stays with the ball.
Somehow avoided the collision.
And now Souza with a little bit of space. Slide tackle gets it away from him. Souza's on the ground for a yeah.
Souza.
So we'll see if he's okay. That one goes out of bounds, but Souza's definitely limping. Stays on his feet, though. There was not going to be a stoppage of play with Robinson throwing it in on the near side. Souza still clutching at that lower right leg, it looks like. The lower left leg. Robinson passing it on the near side, but there's no one quite in the area. Ball finds Balone anyway, and he'll work it down the near side. Showing off the speed, but mistouched. It'll go out of bounds, and it's another goal kick for Sandwich.
Tried to turn the corner on the defender and just had it go off the end of his foot.
Couldn't tell you how many times that happened to me in soccer. It's why I'm not out there right now.
Estimate it for you.
Yeah.
If you had a nickel for every time that happened.
Oh, my goodness. At least 15 cents.
10.5 to go in the first half. Clockers up 2-0. Free kick here for the Blue Knights. Ground ball right up the middle.
It's been interesting to see their goal kick strategies. Like, we know he has the power to boot it as far as he wants, which seems to be what teams mostly try to do in high school. But he's seeing a lot of open teammates on his own side of the field, so Woodard's just kind of dumping it off to them. Ashland had the scouting report. They know how long those goal kicks can be, and I'm guessing they're just putting everybody back to make sure he can't do that as easily. Long boot. Ballone's got a step here. Trying to catch up to it, and they are going to call off. It looks like they're calling offsides. Woodard's throwing his hands up as if the call might be against him, but no, it will be a Sandwich free kick. It's interesting. Balone was offsides at the 28, and they didn't call him offsides until about the 5-yard line. Sandwich dialing up the pace a little bit. Triangle passes, but Fong is right there to intercept. Sandwich takes it back, and then Ashland takes it back again. Kelly looking for Balone again.
Making sure.
Does he have a step?
They're going to call
once again, just a touch offside. That one, it did look like he might have had a little bit of an extra step. I was afraid to say it, but that wasn't in any fault of his own. He was not quite ready for Ashland to take it away and then uncork it so quickly.
Looked like he was making every effort to stay on side.
I just think he was caught a little off guard. That's just a tough play. I mean, Kelly took it away and immediately booted it. Had the right idea in mind, but Balone just barely offsides there.
Here's Hart with a big kick.
Robinson tries to get up to make a play. Unable to, but comes away with the ball.
Nice job controlling that one. And then a hard boot down the far sideline, but too hot to handle for Balone. 8:40 and counting now. Sandwich with the throw-in in their own end.
Yep, still 2-0 in favor of the Clockers.
Calentro with the throw-in. Again, quick passing here, trying to make something happen on the near sideline. There's a good one-on-one battle out of bounds. It'll stay Sandwich ball.
Yeah, Draper's not going to lose that battle very frequently. One's knocked out of bounds, as you said. Sandwich throw-in on the near side.
That's Murray with the throw-in.
Great play by Graham to take it away.
Just snuck a leg in there, was able to take it right away. Flying down the near sideline, looking to...
Trying to find a teammate, ends up splitting between two of them, and that pass goes right to the keeper for the Blue Knights, who immediately switches field to work it towards the far side.
Sorry about that, Chase. I got distracted by the crowd reaction. I couldn't understand what they were all yelling about.
They saw the pass, and I think they saw the goal in their minds, and it just never fully materialized for the Clockers.
Well, Clockers are going to regain possession here on the far sideline, on the good side of midfield, headed and further down the near far sideline, and it'll stay Clocker ball. Another throw-in as we approach 7.5 to go in the first half. Clockers up 2-0.
Hunter Meggs jogs over to throw this one in, going towards the box. Kelly, a header as he's falling down, finds a teammate, but Sandwich knocks it away. Meggs will make a play on this, working it backwards to his teammate.
Good centering attempt here.
Misplayed into the box, but Berkey will collect for the Blue Knights. Long punt. Meggs on the final receiving end of it, stays in the air for a little bit. Andrade boots it upfield. Ball staying primarily on that far sideline for the last few minutes. Another Hunter Meggs throw in from a very similar spot as the last two. Right to the feet of Balone, who misplays it just a little bit, just enough for Sandwich to take over. That one knocked off a couple of bodies, but Berkey will collect again.
So again, Chase, I mean, we've been talking about this, right? I mean, Ashland really has dominated the pace of play throughout the first half, but I've been very impressed by Sandwich. I mean, it just seemed to be a very well-coached team. Their passing, their positioning has been really sharp tonight.
And really another very nice play there. It's just so far we haven't really seen the final, the final result materialize for them just yet.
An opportunity cooking here for
as
Sandwich.
we say this, Tyler Robinson takes it away. So that back line of the Clockers stepping up again. Robinson trying to find a teammate in the middle of the field. Can't quite tell who that is. Looks like he was trying to find Andrade on the far side. Sandwich now working it towards the Clockers zone, and Robinson will make a play again. That one's going to go off a Sandwich foot and out of bounds, a goal kick. So Tyler Robinson
played that so well.
Yet another impressive play on defense. Cannot say enough about this upperclassmen trio who man the back line for the Clockers. Hunter Meggs, Jamie Draper, and Tyler Robinson are the backbone of this team, and they are showing that tonight.
Okay, Clockers bringing some fresh legs here with the final 5:20 or so to go here in the first half.
Matan Reshev checks in for his first minutes of the night, as well as John Marchetti, it looks like, on the far side. Jamie Draper will stay in to man that center back position. Kulaga goes right to Reshev out of the gate. He's got plenty of space on the near side. He'll look to find a teammate. Right-footed pass goes right to a Sandwich defender. And now they're working it towards the middle of the field. Some quick one-touch passing. Carvalho tries to step in the way of that, but is unsuccessful. Sandwich switching fields to the far side and working it back towards the middle.
Pass broken up with a nice header by Ashland D.
Clockers seem to be in the right place at the right time pretty much every time, but can't always secure the steals. As Sandwich somehow staying with possession despite the amount of Clocker almost pickpockets. That one, a pass into the box, misplayed by number 7, Daniel Ullman, one of the co-captains for this Sandwich team. He'll kick a field goal instead, and it'll be a Matt Kulaga goal kick. 4:22 and counting to go in the first half.
Okay, great opportunity there for Sandwich. Probably their second best chance of the night so far. And just Ullman couldn't pull the trigger quite right on that one. They got a great centering pass to him, but shot goes high and wide.
Kulaga will boot this one long. Sandwich almost takes possession there. Balone comes away with it, though. Near side, he's got 4 defenders around him. We'll see what he can do against those odds. Trips on the ball and then touches it with his hand.
I think we're going to get a tripping call.
They're going to call a trip. You're right. Sandwich fans can't believe it.
Neither can Sam Hard, who got the penalty.
I thought he fell on the ball.
He may have.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the ref didn't see it that way.
Correct. So it will be a free kick from a somewhat opportunistic position here. Clockers have 3 players around, including Balone and Silva, as well as Enrique. So we'll see what they. Or no, that's Felipe Carvalho. So they've got all 3 of those players there instead of in the box. We'll see what play Moda has designed here. Balone looking for something to do. Lobs it into the box. A little far, finds nobody. Back towards the middle, but out of bounds. So an interesting play design, but doesn't really ever turn into anything for the Clockers there.
I gotta tell you, Chase, I think that came a little bit closer than you might have thought. That shot drew the keeper out of the box.
No, I saw him drawn out, but then that centering pass, there was just no angle on it.
Yeah, again, I mean, but the first foot was a Clocker foot. They just couldn't quite get the angle to get it back out in front to a teammate to knock it home, because that net was wide open.
Yeah, we heard them talk about how how they needed to work on set pieces a little bit more earlier in the season. That one a good design, just unable to capitalize, obviously. Kulaga header trying to find Carvalho in the middle of the field, but Sandwich takes it away. Ashland almost playing in the defensive for the last few minutes, it seems. But so far successful as Sandwich throws it in immediately, and it's quickly headed out of bounds.
Clockers did make a quick change on that last whistle, so I think we do have 3 or 4 new bodies out there.
Yeah, I saw Graham sub back in, as well as a couple others. Can't quite tell who they are. I think Carvalho was one of them as well.
Looked like a miscommunication on that throw, and as that ball went right to several Blue Knights.
Yes.
And here's going to be a Sandwich throw-in opportunity on the far sideline. Clock is ticking down. We're under 2 minutes, so time now being kept on the sideline. Should be Omen with the throw-in. Taken away.
Yep, Bailey Fong, one of those players who just subbed in. Some aggressive defense. Graham will hustle back as well.
Good pressure by Graham here.
He's already shown the value of some big momentum plays. Silva working hard to keep that one in bounds. Cannot believe the call.
Pleading his case.
Oh, you can see the body language from up here. Ashland still takes back possession. Carvalho working it on the near side, knocked out of bounds by a Sandwich player. Number 2, Samuel Hart, giving Clockers possession. A throw on the near side as Hunter Meggs checks back in and Bailey Fong subs out.
So Clockers will get...
No, that's Josh Steinberg getting his first minutes of the game, excuse me.
Okay, so Clockers are going to get the throw in here on the near sideline. Right to Steinberg, but eludes him. Sandwich pressing deeper into Ashland territory.
Draper steps up, makes a good header on the ball. Goes out of bounds, Clocker throw in. Silva hustling to get this throw in. Tries to find Steinberg, goes over his head. And really just kind of pinballing her off of Ashland players right now. Souza hustling after that one, very nearly gets kicked in the face. That one's going to go out of bounds off of Graham.
Murray with the quick throw in.
So Sandwich pushing in transition now as time is running out. Working it towards the middle. He gets past 2 Clocker defenders. Left-footed pass, stepped in front of by Andrade. Fighting for the ball. Clockers get it out of their zone again. And now Carvalho steps in the way of that. Possible momentum play here. Clockers do not have numbers, but they do have momentum. Souza's got a 1-on-2.
Offsides? Oh, is that that's the half?
They just called the half. They can't do that. They can't do that. That was a goal opportunity that Souza just had there.
They can, and they did.
Okay.
So at the half, your Ashland Clockers up 2-0 over the Sandwich Blue Knights. It's round of 32 playoff action, MIAA Division III, here on the plateau in Clocktown. Terrific first half there, Chase. Any final thoughts before we go to break?
Well, absolutely a terrific first half. I mean, like you and I talked about, Clockers controlling pace of play, controlling time of possession for pretty much that entire first half. But we did see some chance opportunities from the Sandwich Blue Knights. Just unable to convert pretty much all, really all of them. They've got a 0 on the board so far. But definitely something to look out for. Sandwich is not looking lost at all out there. And they are definitely not dead in the water. So Clockers are going to have to keep the pedal on the metal in the second half if they want to come away with a win tonight.
Oh, we were treated to a phenomenal and entertaining final game on senior night last week. Clockers are sticking right with it here tonight in their first playoff game. We're going to take a quick break and we'll catch you back here for second half action. Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer on WACA-TV. Are we doing it? No. Okay. Are we good to go here? Okay. And welcome back, everyone, to second half action. It's Ashland High School boys varsity soccer playoffs against the Sandwich Blue Knights. If you're just joining us, the Clockers enjoy a 2-0 lead, dominating in the first half. I'm Josh Abrams. With me again, your lead play-by-play is Chase Abrams.
Yeah, so like you said, Clockers up 2-0 on the scoreboard, but 3-0 in our hearts. As their first goal of the night taken away, but they still responded by scoring 2 more in quick succession, might I add. So they have absolutely been in control so far tonight, and they're immediately in Sandwich territory. Balone working against what looks like half the Blue Knight team right there. It's going to get kicked out of bounds. Clockers retain possession. Thrown on the near side from Matt Silva. He'll try to get it to, that looks like Enrique in the box, out of bounds. Waiting for the call from the ref. They're going to call it a corner kick. So Matt Silva will take this one as it is on the near side. His left foot going to be coming in handy here. He'll try to get this one into the box. Pass a little bit long and a little far away from the goal. Clockers will try to hold on to possession here. Far sideline. Little mano-y-mano battle. Ends with a Sandwich possession, Sandwich throw-in on their own 25 of the far sideline.
By the way, Clocker Nation, just want to mention we are keeping an eye on the chat here on YouTube, and so far the only comment I've seen is from a fan of the Blue Knights. So Clocker Nation, step it up.
Oh, where are you right now? What's going on?
Drop us a line in chat. We'll be happy to give you a shout out. You want to say hi to somebody or give us some constructive criticism, as our colleague Rob Silver is doing from his home tonight. We're happy to have you. And Rob, thanks for all the help.
Yeah, he's always there to check us a little bit.
Keep us humble.
Yes, yes. The veteran.
Clockers retaining possession on the far sideline. They'll get the throw in here with just under 38 to go in the second half.
Throw in finds the feet of Carvalho, who tries to work it back to the outside. Some sloppy possession here. Graham will come away with it. Gets ridden off the ball, and it's taken away by the Blue Knights. Souza running all the way back near midfield. You're not going to see him back there very frequently. But takes it away. Clockers have possession, booted out of bounds for a Sandwich throw-in.
Yeah, they had a little bit of trouble with their spacing there.
That will be a Clocker throw-in. Thought that was off an Ashland player, but they're throwing it in there. Like you mentioned, yeah, not spacing super well. A little bit of sloppier play as they're trying to force the issue kind of right out of the gate. Both these teams coming out very fast.
Again, so just a lot of one-on-one, mano-y-mano, as you said earlier, Chase.
I was trying to incorporate that. Thought I did an okay job. That one's booted back. Hunter Meggs is going to hustle back on defense. Has plenty of time. He'll just kick this one out of bounds. Nope, it's not going to quite get there. Instead, he's going to run after it, get it himself, and kick it off a Sandwich player. So a Clocker throw-in. It's little plays like that the Clockers have just had go their way every time tonight. It's been really cool to see. Meggs has done it. We've seen Tyler Robinson be really good at just retaining possession.
First attempt on the throw-in was scuttled as they were.
Oh, well, he was about 20 yards. He was about 20 yards farther down the field. So good heads-up play that Matt Silva tried to make, but the refs were very wary of it. Balone in his own one-on-one. He gets ridden off the ball, but tripped, draws the foul, like you said. And it'll be a Clocker free kick from about the 45. They're about 5 yards behind where the spot was marked. But this one's going to be booted away immediately, looking for Silva on the near side. His own one-on-one match here. Great first touch. Clocker fans liking that one. Liking that one too, but Silva, I think, jukes himself out a little bit there. Fong's going to let that one go out of bounds. He'll leave it for Meggs to throw it in on the near side. Finds Souza, who immediately tries to one-touch it to Silva. Misplayed by a Sandwich defender. Silva comes away with it. Another one-on-one. He gets ridden off the ball again, knocked out of bounds. Sandwich defender thinks it should be his ball, but it will be awarded a Clocker throw-in, and Souza throwing it in now. Middle of the field looking for Fong. Called on the throw-in, and it'll go the other way. So once again, not dragging his back leg.
I think he stepped on the line on that one.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just a redo, but I guess it is going to be a change of possession. as the call here. So instead, it's a sandwich throw, and Silva tries to get in the way of it, but it gets right past him. And the Blue Knights working it into Ashland territory. Near side, back towards the middle. Switching fields now, near that big Ashland A. And now on the far sideline, Keyshawn Graham running to contest. A couple Ashland defenders getting some part of their body on that, but it goes out of bounds. Sandwich throws it in and controls possession on the far side. Graham takes it away now. Carvalho working it up the field. He's looking for Kelly, goes a little bit far and in between Kelly and Balone. Good one-touch passing from Sandwich, but Hunter Meggs steps in the way of that one.
The long legs of Hunter Meggs.
Not a lot of players on this Ashland, on really either of these teams, is gonna get in the way of that pass. But Hunter Meggs in a 6'2" frame are the exception.
I think that one's going to get on Carvalho.
Yeah,
a little bit of extra grabbing there. While we have a quick stop and play, I do want to thank Ari Kaufman and J.D. Alves for answering the call. A couple of nice comments there. Also want to give a shout out to Renee Delman and Emily Seeley on the night side of things. We are equal opportunity here at WACA. So a couple of family members.
Put it into the box. They've got multiple players there.
Oh, boy.
Clocker's trying to get it out, but it goes into the goal. So Sandwich offensive players staying way far away from the goal. And then Woodard just looped it in there. And Sandwich had 3 or 4 players against just Kulaga, who couldn't really do much there.
So a little bit of a defensive breakdown there for the Clockers, and Sandwich is on the board. They're down 2-1 with just under 34 minutes to go here in the second half. Yeah. So the Clockers, again, they do seem to have come out a little bit more tentative here in the second half. It was all pressure, it was all speed in the first half. Let's see how they answer back now that Sandwich is on the board. Yeah, I mean, Clockers obviously trying to keep Sandwich from... We're trying to force them off sides, really, and keep them from getting close to the goal. It ends up having the opposite effect, and now their 2-goal cushion has been cut in half. But the Clockers immediately respond with some threat of their own. Pass gets, shot really on goal. Gets collected by Berkey easily, but the Clockers showing that they still have some life. Everything there was all forward, right from the opening tip. Absolutely. They faked going backwards, went right into that Sandwich zone. And now they've got some more momentum. Bailey Fong trips himself trying to get it back towards the middle of the field. Matt Silva's going to run back on defense. Rides his man off the ball, hits the turf, no whistle. Now there's a whistle. Silva draws the call. I don't know if that's He's down on the field for a second, but he gets up to his feet now, limping a little bit. We'll see if he's okay, if he's just maybe drawing the call. Yep, he's jogging off. Okay, he's shaking it off. Thanks the crowd a little bit there. And Draper will kick this one away for the Clockers. A long boot. Looking in the direction of Kelly. A lot of that offense in the first half seemed to run through him. All right, Sandwich with momentum, but not numbers just yet. Starting to regroup, and they work it towards the far side of the field. Now back towards the middle and back towards the far side again. Good strafing run. They go back towards the middle. Shot on goal is high. So Sandwich once again showing that they can and will stay with this Clocker team. Another good offensive possession for the Blue Knights. Again, a really big difference in ratings here in the power rankings between these two teams, number 5, number 28. But Sandwich is not showing any intimidation whatsoever. Yeah, big, like we said before, big difference in rating, but not a big difference based on schedule. Sandwich actually with fewer losses this season than the Clockers, so something to look out for. That one goes right to Sandwich, headed away, and then Hunter Meggs heads it back, and once again taken by Sandwich on a header. Working it backwards, then towards the middle of the field. Kelly steps in the way of that one. Good first touch there, and Sandwich has some numbers again. Meggs steps back and makes a crucial play on the ball. He'll just boot that one out of bounds. No need to be fancy there. He got beat initially, hustled back and got in the way of that pass. 31-30 now to go in the second half. Clockers up 2-1. And suddenly this game feels like it's anybody's. Kulaga eats that one up and going to put it right out to the far sideline. This is Graham. Graham going to show off the speed, working down that far sideline. Just barely knocked out of bounds. That one might have gone off the feet of Graham, but they will say it's a Clocker throw-in. Clockers caught a break on that one. Yeah. Looks like Robinson will be handling the throw-in here on the far sideline. I think both teams honestly catching a break. Graham had a lot of space to work with, and that blue Knight player just barely getting a foot on it to knock it out of bounds. Of course, it might have gone off Graham, so it goes Clocker's way a little bit as well.
Thrown goes right to Carvalho. He's got some space on the far side. Back towards the middle, dribbles through two defenders, but too hard off his foot, taken away by Sandwich. Battle for possession on the far side now. And the Clockers will come away with it. Carvalho again, working towards the Ashland A. He goes back to Meggs. Meggs with some space to work. Towards the middle, too far for Kelly. Then taken away by Sandwich again. Their own one-touch passing on display here. And here it is, and again, as they're still coming away with possession, Ashland just a step late in taking the ball away. Sandwich working towards the far side. Shot on goal, wide far side. Sandwich player hits the deck, but it will be an Ashland goal kick.
Okay, down to 30 minutes to go now in the second half. Clockers up 2-1. So far this half, it's been pretty much all Sandwich.
The big difference I'm noticing right now is the Ashland defense looks just as ferocious as it did in the first half. It's just they're not coming away with the sheer number of turnovers as they were in the first. Sousa's going to get to this one. Sliding play by the goalie. He trips Sousa. No whistle on the play. Clockers retain possession, far corner. Tied up back there and then kicked way out of bounds into the woods. Clocker players adamant about the lack of a call there with Sousa getting tripped by the goalie. And it's just going to be a throw-in for the Clockers on the far side. It looks like Graham will take this one.
What if they're going to start talking to the Blue Knight defense about those emphatic kicks out of bounds? like
that one,
okay, make sure it goes out, but does it need to go out of the stadium?
Yes. I mean, it's not a big stadium, but there is a full-length track outside of the field, and that cleared not only that, but the fence and into the trees behind those. Another Clocker player hits the deck, and another...
He's holding his head. Let's see.
Lack of a whistle. Carvalho slow to get up. Balone working towards the goal box, and it's going to be a corner kick. So no shot on goal there. Balone slow to get up for the Clockers now. Very, very physical so far in the second half. We saw it get a little chippy in the middle of the first half, but nothing crazy. This is reaching new levels right now.
Okay, under 29 minutes to go. Great opportunity from the corner for the Clockers. There's a high pass.
It's going to be a little long header into the box. Just knocked out of bounds. That was a really great play there. I couldn't quite see who headed that in.
It was Robinson.
That was Robinson, yeah. Right in on goal. And yeah, Berkey just barely getting a hand on that to get it clear of the goal. So Clockers will have another opportunity here. Corner kick into the box. Another hand on the ball by Berkey. Clockers keep it in bounds. Robinson working it back towards the middle. Shot on goal! And it's another one just barely knocked out of bounds. I thought that on the initial contact that the keeper had hit the goalpost anyway, so it would have been out of bounds the first time. They're going to call it out of bounds the second time instead, and this time it'll be a corner kick on the near side for the Clockers.
Berkey getting a workout here.
Yes, and Keegan Kelly, it looks like, will take this one.
So, and again, the Clockers are all kind of lining up on the far post here.
Clockers have been knocking on the door for the last minute and a half. Let's see if they can finally convert here. Beautiful kick in, and Berkey once again gets in the way of that. Pass goes up in the air and out of bounds.
Oh, Robinson was going to try a bicycle kick there, but
would have been interesting to see.
Yep.
Ball kept finding Robinson, and he very nearly converted on a couple opportunities. Sandwich fans and players alike just taking a deep breath right now as the Clockers so close to scoring but unable to do so.
Yeah, Chase, something to keep an eye on. It looks like Daniel Oman, the senior for Sandwich, has stepped off for now.
Okay. So that pass to himself just a little bit far. It was 22, Matthew Murray, the other co-captain on this Sandwich team. Carvalho tripped again, slow to get up again. Yeah, he's down. Play continues, though, as Sandwich works it back towards the middle of the field. There will be a stoppage of play. Carvalho, head on the turf. And we'll take a break real quick.
Okay, so I mean, one thing the Clockers need to be aware of that they're starting to do now is they're throwing their arms up and they're looking around for a whistle that's not coming. And
they just need to play to the whistle.
Exactly.
Even if there's not one coming, yeah.
Okay, so Carvalho's up on his feet.
The junior, a big role player on this Clocker team. We'll see how he does.
Coach Moda checking in with him here.
It would probably be Andrade checking in for him. We'll see. Maybe Daniel Turner.
Looks like a single digit on that jersey coming in. It's going to be a Sandwich throw-in on the far sideline, deep in Clocker territory.
That's Pedro Borges getting his first minutes tonight in a crucial playoff game for the Clockers.
Okay, clock is running. We're under 26 minutes to go now in the second half. Clockers up 2-1, but Sandwich with a great opportunity here deep in Ashland territory.
Graham immediately pressuring that one. Pass into the box. Kulaga will collect. Big play there from the keeper.
Slides in, makes a clean save.
Isaac Ayers as well checked in for the Clockers recently. So a little bit of a less, the secondary offensive team for the Clockers out there now. Here's Balone. He's going to look for Souza. Strafing run into the box. Keeper will be there. A long slide. Very nearly mishandled the collection, but comes away with it. Switches fields. Sandwich with some momentum on the near side.
Blue Knights definitely now are starting to anticipate those long strafing runs the Clockers have been able to execute so successfully this season.
That just seems like all this game has turned into right now. Very nearly a handball there. No call.
I would have.
And now he'll work back towards the middle. A little bit of space to work before Borges steps in the way. So Pedro Borges' first action of the night, positive. Keyshawn Graham will try to outrun his man. Sliding play near the sideline. We'll see what the call is.
The whistle was before the ball went out of bounds.
It's going to go against, we just mentioned, Matthew Murray, that senior co-captain for the Blue Knights, is for that tackle on Keyshawn Graham. And Jamie Draper will kick this one away. Long boot towards the middle. Finds the head of a Sandwich defender.
Heading for the far sideline now. Clocker first one there.
Yep,
going deep.
Still in that Blue Knight zone. Pass into the middle. Souza is right there. Knocked away by the keeper. He doesn't collect it. Ayers trying to do something here. Moving it back towards the middle. It gets blocked. Stays with it. Lobs it into the box. And this time Berkey will collect.
I'm not sure if Berkey knew exactly where he was. He could have let that one just go out of bounds wide.
I think he just wanted to collect it. Ball works past Kelly and Fong before Graham finally takes it away. Looking for Souza, but a little short and stepped in front of by a Sandwich defender. Ayers is going to follow this one. Probably a Draper header. It is. Stays in the air for a bit. Meggs will step up. Comes away with it. Collision. No call on the field. It's starting to get very physical out there as Isaac Ayers is on the ground for the Clockers now. Keegan Kelly takes that one away. Working it towards the middle of the field. Ayers is going to have to try to get out of the way. He's limping pretty heavily, though.
Let's see how they call this one.
We're seeing a lot of slide tackles. It's starting to get pretty dangerous out there.
I think for the amount of time that Ayers was down on one knee, he would almost have to leave this game.
Yeah, he's going to hobble off. We hope that he's okay. Matt Silva will check in for him.
Okay, clock stops with 23:05 to go. Clockers up 2-1 with the ball at midfield. So quick reset here, back on defense.
Kelly immediately kicks that one away. Sorry, keep going.
Meggs and Draper back on D for Clockers. Sandwich with the ball, trying to push ahead. They've got a man open down the near sideline.
Silva and giving chase, cutting it back, and then passing towards the middle. Borges steps up, physical defense on the ball. He'll stay with it. So once again, just these,
it's going right between legs.
It keeps doing that. That's what I keep seeing with the Clockers. They're making great plays on the ball. They're just not coming away with it is the problem. Something they were doing so well at the start of that first half that it has kind of eluded them since. Fong, good header, gets it to Meggs. That looks like it went off a Sandwich leg, but it will stay their possession.
Okay, 22:20 to go in the second half. Clockers up 2-1. Another Sandwich throw in toward the net, headed aside.
Bailey Fong again. And Sandwich happy to let that one go out of bounds. It's a corner kick for them.
So good opportunity here for the Blue Knights. And Matthew Murray, a senior and a co-captain here for the Blue Knights, will take the corner as we touch down to 22 minutes to go in the second half. And again, similar to the Clocker configuration, everybody lined up on the far post.
Shot into the box, headed, but too high. So a really good opportunity there from the Blue Knights. Clockers escape one there, though.
Okay, so let's see how the Clockers adjust. Right now, it just seems like Sandwich had made all the adjustments at the half, really turning it and getting much more aggressive here in the second half. They have the lone goal the second half, but they are down 2-1.
Murray in the middle of the field. He's pressured by two Ashland defenders. Gets the pass off, and that one will trickle out of bounds, so it's a goal kick for the Clockers. Robinson smart to let that one go.
Robinson also really smart, kind of edging that
slowing him down
player.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, made sure that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah.
So Kulaga with a free kick here. 21:10 to go in the second half. Clockers up 2-1.
We are expecting a little bit of extra time, though. A couple of injuries that the teams have sustained so far. Goal kick somehow finds Graham. He's got a little bit of space to work in the middle of the field. Now he works up the far sideline. Got a lot of speed. Trying to cut it back. Gets past one man. Shot on goal! And Berkey steps in the way of it again. He's had a huge half for Sandwich so far.
I don't know how Graham got as much on that shot as he did. It was a hard shot right in. And a misplay here by Sandwich. Clocks will get the throw in on the near sideline.
Silva was trying to speed that one up. Unable to handle the pass from the ref. He'll throw it in now. Trying to get it to Souza, and does so, who goes right back to Silva. Pass towards the middle, goes off a weird part of his foot. Shot on goal! Just a little bit high and wide.
Look, it was Borges with the shot there.
Came out of nowhere. Would have been a huge contribution for Borges in his first 10 or so minutes of the game. As it stands, it will be a Blue Knight kick, though.
And this will be Woodard taking the kick. It's really unusual. You had mentioned in the pregame, Chase, that Woodard takes these open shots rather than the keeper.
Yep. Well, I mean, he can do that, what we just saw. I mean, that free kick very nearly got to the Ashland 40.
Just some really tight play here on the far sideline. The Sandwich comes away with it, broken up at least momentarily by the Clockers, by Robinson. It'll be a throw-in.
And this is what I'm talking about. The Clockers, once again, they are in every passing lane. They're just, Sandwich is somehow staying with the ball. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's really crazy. That one does go off a Sandwich defender. It's going to be a Clocker throw-in. So Clockers take possession right back.
I don't know how Draper pulled that one off, but he did. Just over 19 minutes to go now in the second half. Clockers up 2-1 with the throw-in.
Yeah, and that lead has never felt smaller. But there will be a quick substitution. Graham steps off and Andrade steps in.
And a totally different angle on the throw-in that time.
He finds Borges, trying to find Andrade, who just subbed in. Finds a Sandwich player instead, working towards the outside. Andrade, some good pressure on the ball, will get it up, looking for Souza, unable to find him. So this ball pinballing around midfield right now. Kelly will boot this one away, and it's headed away by Sandwich again. Souza making a play on the ball. Now Silva's going to be working for it on the outside. Calling for a foul, doesn't get it, but the Clockers do get possession. Hunter Meggs will take the throw-in right near midfield on the near side. He'll go right to Souza. Pressured heavily immediately, very physical. That's going to be a whistle against Silva. Might have tripped up number 1 Adam Kleber.
I feel like Silva's trying to do a little too much there. He had Meggs right behind him.
He's been a little frustrated with the reffing tonight. I think he kind of took it out on Kleber right there. And now another danger. Well, I mean, we saw what Woodard did last time he had a kick. So this one is going to get into the box. Another good opportunity. But Kulaga steps up, gets it away, falls down, can't hold on to it, but it's going to be a penalty that goes against Sandwich. So Kulaga gets knocked violently off the ball, drops it.
Kulaga was pretty heated after that, and the ref has come over to have a chat with him.
I think he's calling for a card. You can see him putting his hands up. Not happy with how Sandwich played that one. Very dangerous. I mean, two players just running towards each other at full speed. And really, really fortunate that they're both okay after that one. Kulaga will have a goal kick here. He might just dump this off to Meggs. We'll see.
Okay, under 17:20 to go now. Clockers up 2-1.
He's taking his time. Oh, actually, there will be a player who comes off. Sandwich, number 2. That was Samuel Hart, the other end of that collision with Kulaga, who checks out. So we hope he's okay. Jamie Draper will take the kick for the Clockers.
Kulaga's still swinging that right arm. Keep an eye on that one.
Yes. Not just for tonight, but potentially for the future. Robinson will have time. He'll take the throw-in before the ref even points to a side of possession. Andrade working hard to take it away. Gets in the way of that one. And really tightly contested. But Sandwich comes away with the throw-in. Andrade will work it towards the middle of the field. Borges, man on immediately.
I don't think he ever saw that defender coming at him. almost turns into a turnover. The Clockers will get a throw-in on the far sideline, and we do have a substitution here.
Colin Turner checks
Sousa's
in.
heading out.
Yep, Sousa is out. Colin Turner is in. 16 and a half, less than 16 and a half minutes to go in the game. Clockers still holding on to that 2-1 lead. Turner will get the play here, immediately knocked down, and that's going to be a quick whistle. Trying to make a header on the ball. That was Daniel Turner, excuse me. Colin Turner's actually up here manning a camera for us.
Getting chippier and chippier out there on the field. His bodies are just flying everywhere. It's under 16 minutes to go now. Free kick for the Clockers right at midfield. And this will be Draper, as both teams form a line right at the 25.
See how far he can get this one. It's not going to quite get into the box. Sandwich defender steps up and heads that one away. And now Sandwich working it into the offensive zone. They've got a 2-on-2. Clockers hustling back. Meggs gets turned around. Pass towards the middle. He's got a teammate there, but it's too far. Going to hustle to keep it in bounds and does so. Clockers a little bit lucky there.
Yeah, the other defender got completely turned around there, and fortunately that pass was off target.
Acrobatic header by Kelly there, but Sandwich still staying with possession as they work it down the far sideline. Another physical play on the ball as another player hits the deck, and yet another one. Sandwich, middle of the field. Kelly, some physical defense. Clockers somehow keeping it out of their zone, but they can't keep possession is the problem. Draper will head that one away. And now Meggs going to try to, and finally gets it out of the Ashland zone, but that goes right to another Sandwich player. Working between two Ashland defenders, gets through both of them, shoves Matt Silva to the ground, stays with the ball. Working on the near sideline. Fong, some physical defense. It's going to go off of Sandwich, but they're going to, nope, they're going to say it went off of Fong. It'll be a Sandwich throw-in near the corner flag. Immediately a throw-in before a whistle is called. So very, very physical game. I mean, we've said this a lot in the last 10 or 15 minutes, but I mean, Clockers are fighting with everything they've got. They just can't hold on to the ball right now. Time of possession dominated by Sandwich, and they'll have a throw in near that corner flag on the near side.
Really uncharacteristic for the Clockers. They really seem to be scrambling in the defensive zone right now.
This is a playoff game. Nerves are high. Kelly's just going to boot that one away and hope that Balone can come away with it. He keeps it in bounds. He's got some momentum and a teammate. Gets past the man, working down the far sideline. Turner is in the middle of the field. Balone beats another man. He's going to get a shot off, does so, and it's knocked away by Berkey. Turner still has it in the zone. Knocked out of bounds finally, but the Clockers with a little bit of offensive rhythm now.
There was so much spin on that rebound that Turner just couldn't handle.
Yeah, he had perfect position, and then it just bounced away from him. So Balone nearly creating a goal on his own for the Clockers. Got the shot off, but it was blocked by Berkey, who continues to have a stellar second half for the Blue Knights.
There's a Clocker player on the sideline laying down, working the roller on his hamstrings. I can't quite make out who that is.
I'm guessing it's Carvalho. Well, it looks like a contact injury, and that's not normally what you would do with hamstring injuries. So, all right, working towards the middle before it's knocked away by Sandwich. It'll be another Ashland throw-in on the far side. Throw-in goes farther into the zone. Turner heads that one, and it's going to be kicked way out of bounds. I don't think they heard you, or I guess not way out of bounds, just very high. That looked like it was going in deep into the night sky when it got kicked, but it goes barely out of bounds, and Gerard will have another throw-in.
Well, normally Woodard's closer to the sideline when he boots those things out of bounds. This time he was closer to the middle of the field.
Kelly will make a play on this one, working backwards. He'll go to Meggs as the Clockers try to reassess. Meggs into the box. He's looking for Turner. Gets a head on the ball. Berkey collects and is knocked into the goal. Balone scores for the Clockers and to make it 3-1. Hunter Meggs knocked it in. A beautiful header by Turner. Got it right in on Berkey. You couldn't handle it. Balone took it away and buried it in the back of the net. It's a huge goal for the Clockers as they regain a 2-goal cushion in their lead with 12:47 to go in the game.
And by the way, if you are getting a little dizzy from the bouncing camera work here, we apologize for that, but we got some very rambunctious Ashland fans down below us.
Very excited right now.
Rocking the press box, and we're going to get a timeout on the field as the Clockers take what we hope to be as a commanding 3-1 lead with just 12:47 to go in the game.
Yes, immediately a timeout from the Sandwich side after they dominated time of possession for the first probably 27 or so minutes of this half. Ashland finally getting a few offensive possessions sustained in that Blue Knight zone. A huge pass in from Meggs that ended with a Manny Pallone goal. Take that advantage away, and the Clockers have a 2-goal lead once again. It's 3-1.
You're right, Chase. Other than this goal and earlier that series of corner kicks and all those punches by Berkeley to get the ball out, it's been all sandwich in the second half. Up until now, they had the lone goal, but the Clockers get the insurance goal. So important to get that third goal. They're up 3-1 now, 12:47 to go.
Oh, absolutely. And that first goal that got called back, I didn't want to say it then or in the first half, but man, that could be crucial. Clockers really hoping that they're not going to be missing that one, and that goal that happened about a minute ago is definitely going to help.
And again, the winner tonight heads on to the quarterfinals. Date and time to be determined. They'll be facing the winner of North Middlesex and Tantasco Regional. That game happening right now out at North Middlesex.
Yeah, so definitely one to keep an eye on for Clocker fans. So, yeah, both those teams still seated lower than Ashland, I believe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, far below. So the higher seed is that 12th seed.
12,
yeah, North Middlesex. Ashland, of course, the 5 seed.
Okay, remember, the Blue Knights come in tonight. They beat Essex North Shore, the number 37 seed, last Friday, 2-1 to get here tonight. They are 3-0-2 in their last 5 matches. But on the wrong end of a 3-1 score, at least if you're a sandwich fan. We're underway with 12:45 and counting to go.
Draper confidently steps in the way of that one and boots it away.
Okay, so Chase, again, if you're Coach Moda, is this the point where you go kind of to a prevent defense? Nothing, nothing too aggressive. Try and be a little more conservative. Just keep that ball out of out of the Ashland net, basically.
I think that I couldn't tell you. This is why this isn't my job. It's so tough to coach this. The Clockers really like their back line of defense. I just think that the biggest change that they should make will come on any set pieces that are left to happen. We've seen what they can do, what Sandwich can do on those set pieces with Woodard at the helm. He's had 2 beautiful balls in, and one of them resulted in a goal. The other one very nearly did the same. So I just think the Clockers are going to have to stay farther back on set pieces. That's my analysis for you.
Okay, sounds good. We're under 12 minutes to go now. Clockers with possession, booted aside and over midfield.
Turner tries to make a play. It'll find Pallone, trying to track it in the air. Gets bumped and then shoved and then taken to the ground. Probably got pushed about 3 times. Ref blew the whistle. I mean, I think that's just a smart foul there by Sandwich. Thomas Sutton, I mean, he's gonna hear it from the crowd, but really that was probably the right call to make. There's gonna be no card, which seems to be what the Clocker players are protesting for.
I mean, it was just so blatant.
I mean, come on. I mean, he just wrestled Pallone to the ground. It was a different sport.
So an interesting opportunity here for the Clockers. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, and now Draper's coming in to take this one and facing a 4-man wall from the Blue Knights.
Kind of a weird angle. It's kind of tough to lob one in here from this distance, so we'll see what he does. It's going to be a shot on goal, hoping that Berkey mishandles it.
Kind of split the wall there, and Berkey had to wind up getting a clean look at that one, makes the save and boots it away. It's a long kick.
Yeah, he's getting rid of it quick because Clocker's only at Hunter Meggs back there. Now, he covers a lot of ground, but one defender, Sandwich is going to pounce on that opportunity every time. Working it back towards the middle. Now the Clocker gets in the way of that. Turner all the way back there. Nope. Now they find Turner trying to get it on the near side, and it's booted away.
By the way, we noticed earlier a few minutes ago that Oman had come out of the game. He is back in there now.
Good to see.
Trying to make a play.
Kelly's just going to kick that one way out of bounds. No sense in wasting time there.
Another quick throw in here by Murray. Ball's high up in the air, drifting toward the net.
Yep, Kulaga, the only one allowed to use his hands out there. That's definitely an advantage in those kinds of situations. He will fall on that ball very happily. We're under 10 minutes to go. It's going to roll to Robinson, who's got some space to work, but a man bearing down quickly. Robinson going to trust his speed, gets past that first man and gets the ball away, but it's taken away by Sandwich again.
There's a whistle behind the play there. It's going to go against the Clocker, so a free kick here.
And now getting even more chippy as Woodard shoves a Clocker off his spot. That looks like he was pushing Enrique for no good reason. We'll see what the ref is going to confer with him for.
Woodard's the last person that Sandwich wants to get a card here.
Absolutely. And as a senior, he's got to know not to do that. So.
Okay, this is the dangerous right foot.
This is the spot. This is what the Clockers were really trying to avoid.
Okay, the lining of
got to see them hustle back
lined
here.
Up around the 7.
Kulaga is going to be very crucial in this situation as well.
Here's the kick.
A little shorter, more of a line drive, gets into goal, and just barely missed. The outstretched leg of a Sandwich player just misses that.
Yeah, yep. He tried to get a foot on it.
And like that was very nearly a backbreaker. Matt Kulaga just barely coming away with that one. McNamara swings and misses by inches probably.
8:45 to go. Clockers up 3-1.
Woodard heads that one away. Kelly, a high kick. He'll try to get it to Balone in a little one-on-one matchup, and he gets ridden off the ball. Sandwich working backwards now. Kicked out of bounds, Clocker ball. RAD, Mr. Anderson, making the play on that one.
Clocker throw in here.
Thrown goes down the far sideline, but once again, a Sandwich player, the first to touch it. More players on the ground now. Turner trying to find Balone to the outside. Balone, a lot of speed.
Oh!
Keeper's going to get there first. There's a huge collision. Balone's on the ground.
Keeper absolutely played the body and not the ball there.
Balone laying down there. They're going to say that is inside the box. It will be a PK for the Clockers. Right now, we're just going to see if Balone's okay.
This is an incredibly poor decision by the keeper there.
He had the step. He could have gotten to the ball first, but he just decided to target the body. Balone is up and walking around, and it will be the senior captain, Keegan Kelly, to take it for the Clockers, hoping to all but ice this game. The round of 32, we've got under 8 minutes to go. This would give them a 3-goal advantage. I don't want to say ice the game, but a 3-goal advantage. Nope, it's gonna be Arthur Souza. Kelly was the one who placed it. Souza, unsurprisingly, the choice here.
Souza versus Berkeley. Who's coming out on top?
Huge moment in this game. And he buries it. He sneaks it past the keeper in the bottom left, and the Clockers have a 4-1 advantage. 7:49 to go. Matt Kulaga celebrating with the student section right now.
Who'd we give that goal to?
That was Arthur Souza.
Okay,
his second of the game.
Tonight. So make it 4-1, 7:49 to go, and I've got to tell you, that's got to be one of the most nonchalant PKs I've ever seen. Just no emotion whatsoever. Free and easy kick. Beat him low on the left side.
I'm hoping I was right about that. That could have been Balone, which would be fitting. I'm not seeing Souza on the field, so we are going to give credit to that goal to Balone. Similar hairstyles from this height, so I apologize for that. Clockers are going right back to him, and they're pushing in transition. Sandwich a little bit slower to the ball now. That 3-goal lead is difficult to surmount.
So we're going to say Balone has the last 2 goals.
We're going to give 3 and 4. We're giving Balone those 2 huge goals.
Okay, under 7.5 to go now. Clockers up 4-1. Sandwich trying to make something happen here on the far sideline.
Still plenty of time left, like you said. But Sandwich just a little bit slower to their marks right now.
Here's a break down the near sideline.
Murray trying to come away with this, but Hunter Meggs is in his way, and he dribbles past Graham and Meggs. Murray going to work it towards the middle of the field. He's got a man there, but Tyler Robinson is there first. Boots it out of bounds and hits the deck, and now he gets in the way of it again. Bailey Fong was heading that one away, and now Meggs will kick it upfield.
2 centering attempts knocked aside by the
Woodard still with possession, but Kelly takes it away. Turner boots it upfield. He's looking for Enrique. Goes a little too far, but it goes back to Turner. He's got an open man on the far side. Keegan Kelly, a little bit of space to work. Move towards his dominant foot. Shot on goal goes off the goal post.
Yep.
It's going to be out of bounds.
And Kelly seems to be hurt on that play.
Yeah, Kelly on the ground now.
3 fresh bodies coming in here for the Clockers. We're down to 6:22 now. Clockers up 4-1. It's going to be a goal kick here for Sandwich when play resumes. So Coach Moda and Amy Mendoza, the trainer, coming out to take a look at Kelly. So just a quick recap tonight. Clockers took the early 1-0 lead at 27:23 of the first half. That was followed by Keegan Kelly at 17:39, making it 2-0.
That was the play of the game for me.
Half. Why would you say that was the play of the game?
That really, like, I mean, that was just, first off, super impressive from the senior captain. Like sliding in out of nowhere, and that gave the Clockers that 2-goal lead, which, you know,
they
felt
took into
huge
the
at the
half.
time. Yeah,
Right,
especially
right.
after they missed that first goal. That was the momentum one for me. That was the play of the game.
Fair enough. And then we got into the second half, and Sandwich really took things over in terms of dictating pace and tempo. They came out with a goal to tie it, to cut it to a 2-1 lead for the Clockers, but it's been all Clockers ever since, with Boulogne scoring at 12:47 and just now at 7:49 to make it 4-1. That last goal coming on the penalty kick, and a big play there as Berkeley got called on a bad foul.
Yeah, in this cold weather, with how chippy this game has gotten, the amount of players hitting the turf has really not at all been what either team has wanted to see. And the Clockers, a team that with the aspirations of making a deep playoff run, it's really tough to see. Kelly's hobbling off, his teammates and crowd cheering him on, fully favoring that left leg.
It's going to be a big loss for the Clockers, so hopefully
we're hoping he's okay.
Things will turn around there for Kelly, senior here, number 10, one of the co-captains for the Clockers. And again, the Clockers come in tonight. They're the number 5 seed in Division 3. They earned a first-round bye, and coming into tonight here against Sandwich in the round of 32, we're about ready to get back underway with 6:19 and counting. Clockers up 4-1.
That long goal kick away again. Fong gets shoved by Omen.
Ref's right on that call, so it'll be a free kick here for the Clockers as we tick down to 6 minutes to go in the game.
They gotta be more careful.
Just going to move that ball back to Clocker side of the field.
That felt like it was a measure of frustration, but I mean, we've already seen players leave this game with injuries. We don't want to add to that total. Gonna go right to a teammate. Graham's in on goal. Trying to make a good first touch, unable to do so. Graham once again hitting the deck. That's gonna go against him on the foul. Berkey, sure-handed, collects that one, checks in to make sure that Graham's okay. There'll be another kick for Sandwich. And
I'm telling you, sooner or later, a rep's gonna have to pull out a yellow card, because the physicality just keeps getting escalated. And I got to tell you, I think that last play there by Graham sure looked like he was going to take the body on Berkeley as a payback for that previous penalty.
It just, like, man.
Between that and the penalty over here,
that one felt like he couldn't really do much. Like that felt like Berkey had to make that play, but it's still, like, I completely agree with you. I can't believe a card hasn't been shown yet. Gulaga's going to come out a sliding play, smooth to come up with that one. Kind of paused a little bit at the top of that slide, posing for photos a little bit. But I think, you know, a card in the playoffs would absolutely be enough to discourage these teams from at least as much physicality as they've been showing so far. Or at least for the last 35 or so minutes.
Okay, we're under 5 minutes to go. Clock on the scoreboard has stopped. The clock's being kept on the sideline at this point.
Strong tackle there. Tries to come away with it and cannot do so.
Bodies continue to fly in this game.
That pass is going to go straight up, but just one Sandwich player around it. His header's going to go right to Souza for being booted out of bounds by a Blue Knight, or at least near the out-of-bounds marker. They're going to keep it in bounds. Ayers back in after his injury. That's good to see. Souza will leave it for him, but it'll go to Boulogne. He's got Silva working down that far sideline. He's going to try to find Ayers, does so. Misplayed Souza, buries it in the bottom left corner. And if that PK didn't ice it, Souza's second goal tonight sure did. 5-1 Clockers. We've got under 5 minutes to go. And Ashland just sheer dominance in these last 10 minutes, showing why they've made it this far, why they won 12 games, why they were ranked as the number 5 seed in Division 3. 5-1, what really looked like it was going to be a very close game up until the finish. The Clockers have just blown open.
I'll tell you what, that pass to Souza, well, I think it was Boulogne.
Yep, beautiful, just beautiful.
A thing of beauty. Just put it right between the defender's legs, right onto Souza's foot, and he put it in bottom corner long side.
Yeah,
So
both
make it
those
5-1. It looks like Draper's heading off now.
gonna get a nice ovation from these fans, as do Meggs and Robinson. So that is your back line right there, getting much deserved rest. They did a great job this game. And you mentioned earlier, Souza and Balone were the two names that you mentioned on that last analysis, and those are both sophomore attackers. They're gonna be here for the next couple of years, and we can't wait to see what they can do.
Balone continuing to put on pressure there.
That was Souza that time, but yeah. Dropped into the Ashland zone. Kulaga will wait for this nice and easy. Not even going to pick it up, just going to waste as much time as possible. And then there it is. Yep.
Playing a little cat and mouse there with McNamara.
A little bit.
So again, under 5 minutes to go. Clockers up 5-1. It looks like they will be advancing to the quarterfinals here in Division III MIAA.
Silva trying to find Souza. Now Balone and Silva ahead again. Silva beats the goalie, left-footed kick is in again. It's in again, and Souza's got the hat trick. The cherry on top of this huge win for the Clockers. Their first playoff game this year. It is 6-1. Arthur Souza supplying 50% of the goals tonight. We thought the last goal was the cherry on top, but the Clockers just pouring it on right now.
Well, Chase, you had said you thought the game would be iced at 4-1. It's now 6-1. Again, time being kept on the sideline. We're under 5 minutes to go.
I think that
and it's all Clockers now.
This is just a master class that we've seen. The Clockers seeing that Blue Knights maybe trying to hurt them on the field a little bit. So they said, you know what, we'll just beat them on the scoreboard.
Okay, we got another substitution coming in here. Fong is coming out.
Don't quite recognize who that is, but that is number 26. That is Declan Vento. You will not see him on your roster, Dad, because he is a JV call-up. So the sophomore getting some big minutes in a playoff game here. Michael Ducharme in as well.
Oh, good to see Michael Ducharme.
Absolutely.
Fincher with some aggressive forechecking there. Sandwich throwing the ball in on net. Kulaga coming out, makes the grab.
Yeah, Ducharme got the whole student section behind him per usual.
Fan favorite.
Absolutely. One of the vocal leaders on this team. Senior number 22. Look for him on your screen.
Sandwich pushing it ahead, and they're going to have a shot opportunity, and shot way high and wide. No good.
And I'll put up the, I think the field goal was good. I do like making that comment. It's so fun to watch when you've got the football goalpost right behind the soccer goals. And
a goalie substitution.
Even the goalie
here
substitution really tells you something about this game, that they have an entirely bench lineup out there right now. Thiago Moda able to rest his starters for, just injury prevention for the rest of this game. Ryan Kaufman will close it out in goal for the Clockers. Deep in the added time now.
Under 5 minutes to go.
Yep.
Clockers up 6-1 as the ref insists on Matthew Kulaga leaving the field.
A little extra.
Okay, he's safely back on the Ashland bench. We got the whistle, and we're back underway. Kaufman will boot away.
Kulaga very excited, high-fiving his teammates on the bench. Ayers, good first touch. He'll get it away and finds Feenstra. Feenstra's got Matt Silva working on the near sideline. A lot of speed, a lot of momentum. He's going to try to get to the ball first. Doesn't, just barely.
Good slide tackle.
Yeah, Benjamin Seeley will knock that one out of bounds, trying to prevent yet another Clocker goal, as they will not take their foot off the gas. And if you look on your screen now and you see a familiar number 15 out there, that is senior captain Carlos Espino. So very awesome to see for Clocker fans right now. Espino out there for the first time in weeks.
He's definitely moving better than I saw him in pregame the other night.
Absolutely.
Good to see him out there.
Not gonna, hopefully, not gonna, get a ton of game action tonight, working back from that injury. But if he's moving as well as we're seeing him move, then he could be back for the next playoff game, and that would be a huge, huge deal for this Clocker team.
Ball pinging around here around midfield. Again, we're just waiting for the final whistle.
Pretty much.
Final minutes of this one. Clockers up 6-1. Be a Clocker throw-in on the far sideline right in front of the Sandwich bench.
The possession just switching sides back and forth right now around midfield on that far side. Goes Ashland back to Sandwich. Working around midfield. It gets past Espino, but Marchetti's right there. He's going to make a play on it. Just going to boot it out of bounds.
Quick throw in here by the Blue Knights. It's number 18, Morrison.
Vento steps in front of that one to head it away. Murray working towards the outside. He can't work through all those defenders, though.
Morrison now, centering attempt. Too far for Delman. Delman tries to center to Omen. The ball is loose. Shot on. Past Kaufman, but wide, long side.
Really surprised there hasn't been a whistle. I mean, we were expecting some added time, but this feels like this game is pretty much over. So
another substitution now for the Clockers.
We'll see who that is, but it looks like Matt Silva's the one subbing out.
Coming out, right?
That's Tyler Pena subbing in. First time saying his name tonight.
Okay, Kaufman ready to boot this one away. Good strong kick approaching midfield. Headed by Morrison.
Pena will get out there. Looks like he's got a cast on his arm, so should be able to play with that.
Big collision there. And McNamara slow to get up for Sandwich. Here's an opportunity for Sandwich. A centering attempt blocked aside. It's still loose right in front. Here's a shot quick, but blocked. Never
like
reached the net. This one will reach Kaufman, who eats it up.
Nice and easy.
Again, final minutes here in extra time now for between the Clockers and the Sandwich Blue Knights. Kaufman boots away past the 50.
Punt. Long punt, looking for Ducharme. That's going to find the feet of his Sandwich defender, but Ayers is running after it. Good hustle play. He's got players, got teammates inside. Feenstra just barely missed kicks that one. Got a good opportunity.
Up in the process, but didn't get the whistle. Sandwich with control, pushing it down the...
A heck of a pass there. We'd love to see the replay on that one.
Too far down the near sideline. It's going to be a Clocker throw-in, and Carlos will take it.
Wearing that captain's armband.
Long throw down the sideline. Headed aside a couple times by Sandwich. We've got a Sandwich player down. Looked like he had some kind of a collision. Kind of holding his head, holding his knee. That's Adam Klaber, one of the seniors on the Blue Knights, so he's being tended to.
I think he's got to end the game now.
Okay, so he'll be checked out by looks like the Sandwich trainer. Again, just the final minutes here in extra time. Clockers up 6-1. It wasn't that long ago, Chase. This was a really tight 2-1 match, but it's been all Clockers ever since. Again, Sandwich came out in the second half with a whole fresh burst of energy. Had the goal to cut it to a 2-1 deficit. Ashland's lead there, but continued to dominate most of the pace of play through most of the second half. But all of a sudden, the Clockers broke through for that third goal, and it's been all Clockers ever since.
Yep, it was Balone, Souza to ice this game for the Clockers.
Here's the big leg of Woodard trying to make something happen late. Ball going in on net, and he sails it past everybody off the right upright.
Holy cow. It's like a 40-yard field goal right there.
No extra points for distance in this game, though.
No, that was, jeez. Wish I could do that. Kaufman will kick that one away immediately, and the Clockers will celebrate as the final whistle is blown. Players storm the field. It's a huge win, their first playoff game and their first playoff win this season. Really just a massive game. Cannot overstate just how good this team looked, battling adversity in that second half. That tight 2-1 game, just barely holding on to that one-goal lead for a while before they went 4 in a row, rattled them off, and won this game at home.
So, again, great effort tonight by Sandwich. Certainly want to congratulate them on a terrific match. But just too much Clockers for them tonight. As you mentioned, Jason, I mean, the Clockers jumped out to that 1-0 lead, made it 2-0 in the first half, but Sandwich really made it a game there for a while. In the second half, they got that first goal and make it 2-1. They were putting the pressure on. Kulaga had his hands full throughout, the Ashland defense as well, but finally broke through, and all unanswered goals the rest of the way. Your final tonight, 6-1 here on WACA-TV. The Clockers advance to the quarterfinals of Division III MIAA playoffs. We'll find out hopefully later tonight, tomorrow morning, find out the date and time of their match. And but I will expect that is. Actually, I was expecting that to be a home game, but I believe it. Well, we'll take a look at it again. It's date and time TBD, but the Clockers have the higher seats. I expect we'll have that quarterfinal game right here on WACA-TV.
At the Plateau.
So our thanks tonight to the crew. We had our 2 cameramen. We had 3 actually. We had a number of people on the crew tonight, and our producer. So thanks to them having us here, and that'll do it for us here on WACA-TV. For Chase Abrams, I'm Josh Abrams saying thanks for watching. You've been watching Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer on WACA-TV, and
we'll see you next time, and go Clockers!